Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and welcome to our show today, The Voice of Healing. The topic is The Secret to Aging Gracefully, How to Do It, The Art of Metamorphosis. So hello and welcome to this episode of The Voice of Healing, where we provide high-class education for all our viewers. We also encourage our followers to have access to free content that will help them in their journey on Earth. This episode is very interesting because it concerns pretty much everyone, because everyone will age. We are viewed on USA Global TV on YouTube, so please subscribe. And I also invite you to subscribe to Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck's channel on YouTube also. So we are viewed by thousands of viewers, and subscribe because there is such content. You will find something to interest you that is very, very important. So I introduce myself. I am Reverend Lydia Fougères, Reverend in Metaphysics and author of the 2-volume series, 111 Reflections for the Earth Odyssey, available on Amazon. I am also a spiritual teacher who works on personal transformation, introspection, mindfulness, and compassionate self-discovery. I invite my readers to engage in life through curiosity and sense of sacred connection to my programs. You can contact me to register to my groups to achieve an exciting spiritual journey. I am also the inventor of the Miracle Mist, which is a spray that purifies spaces by elevating vibrations. The same principles as purification incense, but this without the scent. Actually, it is a lot more useful. It is created to elevate the energy, get rid of ghosts, and elevate to meditate. I am also ambassador for equality and country manager for Canada and French countries for USA Global TV and Radio, and one of the lucky ones that works with Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, our founder and producer. So if you want the exciting experience of having your own TV show or want to be a guest on our channel, please contact me at 1-514-582-6882. So let us explore our subject now. The secret of aging gracefully, the art of metamorphosis. We often believe that aging is a slow subtraction. We lose firmness, we lose memory, we lose people, we lose time. But those who have mastered the art of aging gracefully know something that young people don't know. Aging is not a loss. It's a pruning. The secret lies not in fighting the mirror, not in stubbornly trying to maintain a version of oneself that brings to another decay. That's an illusion. It is exhausting. Grace, on the other hand, is born from the radical acceptance of metamorphosis. Curiosity as the fountain of youth. Time only damages minds that become rigid. Aging gracefully means refusing to become a relic. Do you feel you are a relic? Well, maybe you have to work on it. It's about keeping that spark of wonder alive. The person that ages well is that person that is 60, 70, 80, that still dares to learn a language, change their mind on an issue, marvels at the changing light at dusk. The mind that renews itself never truly ages. It becomes more refined. That is all. The mirror has become a polite adversary, a cruel diplomat who each morning negotiates the terms of our decline. For us that see it that way, we scrutinize the edges of our eyelids. We hunt for the silvery intruder in our hair. I start to have gray hair. So we observe this new geography taking shape on our face. Valleys carved by laughter, canyons etched by worries, a map we didn't choose, but which time has drawn without our knowledge. It is at this precise moment that the myth of the fountain of youth ceases to be a children's fable and becomes an obsession, a silent prayer for some of us, not me. We are not necessarily seeking to become that smooth, clumsy being of our 20s again, that flamboyant ignoramus who believed the world was an inexhaustible playground. No, what we crave deep down is resilience. We dream of that miraculous potion that would not restore our naivete, but our vigor. We want the sparkle in our eyes, the fluidity of our movements that diffuses the feeling that the body is an ally, not a capricious tenant who is starting to return the keys one by one. The quest for the fountain is the refusal to grow weary. It is that fierce desire to keep chasing trains, climbing mountains, desiring with the same voracious appetite as before. Growing old means accepting that the horizon is approaching. Enough to complete the book, to see the flowers bloom, to savor one more summer without having to count the days like one counts one's last coins in their pockets. You let go of the burden. Over the years, we accumulate resentments, regrets, social expectations. Aging gracefully means practicing detachment. It means realizing that we no longer need to prove anything to anyone if we have wizened. It means realizing that maturity offers so much to us. We learn to forgive others, ourselves. This forgiveness is the most effective beauty that is produced. It relaxes our features, our eyes. We are free. It soothes our gazes and releases an immense energy once wasted defending our ego. We all did it. We absolutely all did it. But when we age, we become free. That is the beauty of aging. There is a particular beauty in faces that have lived. Each wrinkle is a lifeline, a trace of laughter, or a trial overcome. Grace is carrying one story without trying to disguise it. It is moving from aesthetic beauty that's smooth and ephemeral, ephemeral perfection to the beauty of presence. A person who has accepted their age, a magnetic person. They exude a serenity that reassures younger people and inspires their peers. You cultivate the present, not the past. The trap of aging is nostalgia. Nostalgia is a gentle poison that keeps us trapped in an imaginary better before. Aging gracefully means understanding that if you are here, it is because you still have a role to play. The secret is to remain an active participant in your life, not a mere spectator of your memories. You must anchor yourself in what present offers: a cup of tea, a book, a conversation, a walk, a friend. Going back to the present moment, that is aging, that is learning to age and to age well. That is the way it is. The art of amber, cultivating the present as you age. Aging is often presented to us as a slow dispossession. We lose agility, we lose projects, we lose loved ones. But on closer introspection, this process is also a remarkable cleansing. We shed the superfluous to keep only what is essential. Time, that resource that once seemed inexhaustible and that we used to squander in waiting or anxiety, suddenly becomes a precious, almost tangible commodity. Cultivating the present as we age is not about denying the past or fearing the future. It is about learning to inhabit the now with the gentle gravity of someone who knows that each moment is an exception, not a given. Take your time. Be in the present moment. Stop running. The end of the tyranny of later. During our youth, we live in a perpetual future. We study for later, we work for later, we save for a distant retirement. The present is then nothing more than a waiting room. As we age, the perspective collapses. The future shrinks, and it's liberating, isn't it? Suddenly, the urgency to accomplish disappears, replaces by necessity of sinful things. We realize that happiness isn't on the horizon, but beneath our feet. It is in the now. It is in the texture of a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, in the fading afternoon light, in the silence shared with a friend. We stop trying to optimize everything, our lives, and begin to simply inhabit them. And so that is the way we start to be when we age. We live in the present. In praise of rediscovered slowness. Growing older offers an extraordinary privilege, the right to slow down. For many, but we are many that actually do not slow down when we age. But when we age, we earn the right to slow down. The world rushes by, frenetic, but our bodies impose a more peaceful rhythm. Instead of fighting against the slowing down, we can make it our ally. Slowing down allows you to savor things. When you're 20, you relish, you devour miles and experiences like you drink water. So you never end. It is always, I will do this, to do that, to do this, to do that. But when you are 60 or 70 or 80, you relish the scenery. You notice the details that haste used to obscure. The present becomes a magnifying glass. This makes me think of something that I live on a regular basis, and it's just something that I had never thought about. I ride a lot with my stepfather, and he is 80 years old. And I am a person that when I am in a car, actually, I do not look at the scenery. I just look in front and so on. But he is 80 years old and he looks everywhere. And everything seems absolutely wonderful. And I always tell him, could you please look at the road? So this is the problem that I have. I say, could you please look at the road? But this actually, that I just said, makes me think that I will stop. I will stop saying, could you please look at the road? Because the fact is that he is enjoying the present moment. Well, he cannot look at the road. He cannot look at the scenery all the time. But the thing is that I will let him live his present moment because I am not the same age as him. So maybe that makes us think that if we have someone that is a lot older than us, we should think about what they are thinking in a sense, because we are not there yet, but we will get there. And having respect for their thoughts is a show of maturity, because I am a person that I have to go from there, point A to point B, and that is just point A to point B. But I will now be careful of this point A to point B when I am with my stepfather, because he lives in the present moment and enjoys the scenery. So this is a lesson for me. This is a very good lesson for me to learn. So maybe learn the same lesson as me. So food for thought. We also have the wisdom of selective amnesia. The past is a vast library that can become a burden. I have selective amnesia. I have a serious case of selective amnesia. And the thing is that what does not please me, I forget. I just do not think about it. I just toss it away in my life and not give it a second thought, because I forgive, but I do not only forgive, I forget. Also, I am a person that when I forgive, I forget. And I never go back on my word about when I forgave someone. So that is the way I am. So maybe we should all be like that also. So we cultivate the meaning of accepting to leave the heavy books on the shelves. We learn to keep only what nourishes us, the bursts of laughter, the lessons learned, the beloved faces. We transform our memories into anchors rather than chains. The present is the only space where we are truly free from past pain and future fears. It is there that peace resides, in that precise place where there is nothing to prove, nothing to conquer, just to be, just the being there. The present as a refuge. There is a particular beauty to maturity, that of conscious presence. As we age, we become the person that chooses the present moment. We choose to be ourselves, that of conscious present in the I. We are in the I state. We recognize ourselves fully. We used to apologize for existing when we were young. We apologize. We used to apologize for no longer being around. We do not have to do it anymore. We just are. We are not there. We do not have to apologize. That is it. And then one day we allow ourselves to be exactly where we are. That is when we age. That is the way it is. We cultivate the present moment and means choosing not to be a spectator of our own decline, but an actor in a life that is becoming simpler. It means looking at the world no longer as a battlefield, but as a garden where flowers last only a season, which makes them, by definition, sublime. As we age, the present becomes like amber, preserving our sweetest moments. It is not about staying young, but about staying awake, because ultimately, being present is the only way to never grow old. It is about remaining contemporary with ourselves, second by second, until the very end. I saw that many times as a nurse. People that age with so much grace. I have an aunt that lived, a great aunt that lived till 104, who aged gracefully, and she was absolutely in the present moment till her last breath. It was beautiful to see. So I wished for everyone to know someone that actually lives in the present moment, that ages gracefully. I am a lucky person that has those kind of people around me, and they age gracefully, and I am very respectful of them. I found myself very lucky. So look around and you will see them. Just look around. They are there. You just do not see them. So when you age, you have kindness as the ultimate elegance. Finally, the secret is cultivating kindness. With time, we become either bitter or radiant. Bitterness is a sign that we haven't digested the passage of time. Radiance, on the other hand, comes from gratitude. Being able to say thank you for what we have seen, what we have become, welcome what is still possible, transform senescence into fulfillment, kindness, the ultimate tool for the world of tomorrow. Forgiving. In a world that often is governed by the law of the strongest, the fierce, the competition, the race for results, we tend to confuse strength with harshness, efficiency with toughness. Yet there exists a silent power, a lever capable of moving mountains, that brute force that leaves untouched. It is kindness. Far from being a sign of weakness or mere naive niceness, kindness is the ultimate tool for influence and human transformation. It is the art of unlocking potential. Kindness acts like a solvent where criticism and constraints provoke withdrawal and resistance. Kindness creates fertile ground for growth. When someone feels genuinely respected and valued, their nervous system shifts from survival mode, which is defense, to creation, which is openness. In business, in families, or in public debate, kindness is the catalyst that unlocks the potential of others. You don't pull a flower to make it grow. You give it light, water, healthy soil. Kindness is that light. It is not complacency. It is requirement. The requirement to see in others, even in their mistakes, a potential ally. It is a precision instrument. Why call it the ultimate instrument? Well, because it is the most precise tool for navigating the complexities of human relationships. Anger is a hammer. It breaks everything it touches. Cunning is a hook. It manipulates, but eventually jams. Kindness, on the other hand, is a scalpel. It allows you to reach the heart of the problem without destroying the human fabric. It allows you to address conflicts, not to seeking to destroy the adversary, but to seeking to resolve the discord. It transforms me against you into us against the problem. Because there are so many problems to solve. The resilience of kindness. The greatest paradox of kindness lies in its resilience. Those who choose to be kind, to not give in to the impulse of the moment, they possess self-control. They possess the characteristic of great minds. Responding to aggression with kindness is a high wire act. It means refusing to be molded by the surrounding negativity. It means remaining in control of one's own emotional signature. It is a radical choice. Practicing kindness is a conscious decision, sometimes even an act of resistance in an era where cynicism is elevated to the status of intelligence. Being kind requires courage. It means daring to be vulnerable in order to build lasting trust. It means understanding that every interaction is an opportunity to leave a positive mark a ray of light in the chaos. Ultimately, kindness is not a tool to be used, it is a way of being. While force can conquer territories, only kindness can win hearts and build bridges that time cannot destroy. It is the ultimate instrument, not because it crushes, but because it uplifts. By choosing kindness, we not only change the world around us, we become the architects of a more breathable humanity. In conclusion, aging gracefully isn't about trying to stay young. It is about accepting the process of becoming more, deeper, freer, more lucid. It is about transforming your body, which slows its pace, into a temple for the spirit that in turn gains in freedom. The secret is simple. Do not consider your life as a book reaching its end, but as a work of art, whose subtle nuances you paint in the silence and clarity of evening. Aging is the art of learning to finally become yourself, the twilight of statues, the metamorphosis of old age. We often imagine old age as a shipwreck, a slow crumbling of the ramparts we've spent a lifetime building. We see it as winter, a season of striping away where the world is tinged with gray. The true metamorphosis of age lies not in what we lose, but in what we become when the noise of the world fades away. Growing old means leaving the solid ground of certainties to learn the language of the air. It is a silent metamorphosis, almost invisible to the world, but which inwardly opens the wings of the spirits. It is not twilight that extinguishes colors, but the moment when the light becomes so dim that it finally reveals the contours, the shadows, and the hidden depths of everything. Old age is not the evening of life. It is the hour when at last the sun sets, allowing us to see the stars. That is aging gracefully. That is the way it is. Usually, I do programs. With my books, I work with my books, 111 Reflection for Thy Earth Odyssey. I do programs. I have been through a lot in my life, and I do programs. They are 4-week programs. I do some for professionals. I do some for a person that is at home. I do some for many people. So what I do is that I meet people on Zoom, group of people on Zoom, and they follow my books that they actually buy on Amazon. And I have the privilege of helping them in their journey on Earth. I have been through many things as divorce. I have been through many things as rape. I have been through many things as being ill, being in a wheelchair. I have been through so many things. Living in my car, I lived in my car at a point in my life. So I have life experience, believe me. So the thing is that, and I have resilience. I have a lot of resilience. And the thing about me is that I forgave. I forgave whoever hurt me in my life. I forgave, and not only that, I forgot what they did to me because most of the time it is not that important. What is important is the lesson that we get from what happened, not the act, but the lesson that we learned. So it is not important to keep on reliving the moment when someone has hurt you or has done some harm to you. What is important is that you think to yourself, here at this point in my life, am I happy? Am I where I want to be? If the answer is yes, well, go on. Go on and live your life. Live every present moment. That is the way you have to be. So I do programs living the present moment, and I help people live the present moment. So I ask you to reach me at 1-514-582-6882 or at greatdivinemother@gmail.com or buy my books, and I will be very honored to have you on your journey. So thank you for being at this show, The Voice of Healing, and do not forget to subscribe to our channels, which is USA Global TV and Radio, and Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. So thank you for being with us, and see you next week at The Voice of Healing in French. And now it is going to be another show on USA Global TV. Thank you for being here. Namaste.
How much of your value have you been giving away? Saying yes when the answer should have been no? Lowering your price to secure the opportunity? Giving more while receiving less? Over time, it adds up. Until one moment brings clarity, you've been giving away your value. This is not about working harder. This is not about doing more. It's about boundaries. It's about pricing. It's about respect. From Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck comes a direct and necessary message. Stop over-delivering. Stop underpricing your expertise. Stop negotiating against yourself. Because when you recognize your value, everything changes. Stop giving away your value. Boundaries, pricing, and the business of respect. Available now wherever fine books are sold and on Amazon. A film by USA Global TV and Radio. Executive producer Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Videographer and cinematic production Paul Garcia. Voiceover by Ed Vargas. Stop giving it away. Start owning it.
Meet Lady Ella, a special ladybug who is trained by Grand Beetle on how to listen at an elevated level. After earning her gold wings, Mother Earth and Father Universe asked her to travel across the solar system, teaching life lessons to creatures to respect one another and to listen. Learn more about her travels in the book series, The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella. The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the Listening Mentor. Lady Ella's ABCs of Listening. Lady Ella has afternoon tea in London. The ocean calls and Lady Ella listens. Lady Ella listens in the Baobab National Game Park. Lady Ella's space adventure across the universe. The magical adventures of Lady Ella and her super-powered friends. There are also collections of colouring books for parents and kids. Providing world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Join our team of elevated listeners to teach children elevated listening skills. Lady Ella would like to teach you and your family how to listen at an elevated level. If you're interested in learning life lessons as well as how to communicate more effectively as a family, go to Amazon and order Lady Ella's books. They're all there just waiting for you.
In a quiet seaside town in Greece, where sunlight warms the stone paths and the sea whispers nearby, a new adventure begins. Lady Ella and her brother Lord Jack have arrived with an important mission: to teach kindness, patience, and the power of listening. In a hidden alley, a group of forgotten cats feel unseen and unheard, lost in silence and growing misunderstandings, until someone finally takes the time to truly listen. Because when we listen from the heart, loneliness softens, kindness grows, and new friendships begin. This is Book 10 of The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the Listening Mentor book series. Find all Dr. Kerbeck's books on Amazon and in fine bookstores worldwide.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.